Hello and welcome back to another rousing edition of Jared's Tumbles Through. And today we are going to answer the question that has been just enveloping video games for the past, year and a half, 2 years? And that is, what is Firewatch? And in order to answer that question, we're going to have to hit the X button and start Firewatch. So let's do that. It's a nice logo. Also, I saw where if you have the PC version of this game and you take pictures in this game, you can actually go and get them physically developed, which is nuts and also fucking dope as hell. Press X to start. We should probably do that. So, Firewatch is essentially a game, obviously, in the same vein as Gone Home, which we have also played on this channel, which you might have to go way back into the playlist and find that. But yeah, we played that. Gone Home's a fucking dope game as well, so you should probably play that or watch that if you haven't yet. So let's hit X to start. And it's just gonna load us into a main menu. Let's display subtitles, yeah. See, autosave on, toggle head bob, show new goal alerts, show location on map, yep. And then controls, I'm not left-handed, I don't need to invert. I'm not a monster. That all looks good. Let's play some Firewatch. New game! Good ambiance noise. Oh yes, 1975. How I remember it so well. Just kidding, I was not even born yet. You see Julia. It's weird that my mic audio is kind of not registering on the game audio. That's weird. Oh well. Okay. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. Probably Colorado University Boulder? Yeah. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You are drunk. Do you go with the normal approach to this, or are you really drunk and you're like, hey, you're pretty? Be nice. So what's your major? You slur the word major and it smells like Coors Light. You give an awkward smile. Evolutionary biology, she says. And I'm a professor. Cool, you reply. What's yours? She asks. She sniffs the air. Toxicology? Was that a burn, you ask? She says definitely. Worried she hurt your feelings, she asks you if you want to split a cheeseburger. 1 week later, you were Julia's boyfriend. And now we're in an elevator. That's my hand. I was like, what is that? Guess we're gonna pick up this backpack. Put it on. Oh, elevator stopped. Or reached its destination. I can't pick up that fire extinguisher. That's a bummer. This is a parking garage of some sort. Do we need to get in the truck? Why would you... Why not? Why not put the backpack in the truck instead of the truck bed? That just seems really weird. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia is in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. Do we want to get the beagle that's named Bucket, or the shepherd that's named Mayhem? We're going to go with the beagle, because the beagles are fucking cool. Bucket's a good dog, and a week later, you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him, and you love him too. 1979. You talk out on the deck. It's summer, 9:30 p.m., and the heat still radiates off the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart, or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have some, a couple little idiots. We'll go with that would be pretty good. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. And you slam the truck. Should I get my backpack? I guess I already got my backpack. Oh boy. Let's see. Thoroughfare Trailhead. Do not forget to check in. You're in their country. Learn to live with bears. No fireworks. The Thoroughfare Trail is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. Thoroughfare is a primitive backcountry trail. The trail may be... oh, we can zoom in. There we go. Trail may be vague along several stretches and disappears entirely as something. As many confusing something. It's not as high res as I would be hoping for. 2 forks. It's the region overview. I guess we're gonna go walk this way. Talk this way. Can't get those high... I would never be able to hit those high notes in that song. Never. 1980. It's a Thursday night, and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. Do you get mad or ignore her? I mean, ignoring might just be like, hey, I'm gonna let this one slide. Or not like let this one slide, just be like, just, you know, calm down. And then maybe talk it out in the morning. But also, that like it's really shitty either way, so... I'm gonna go with the lesser of two evils. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. You make some coffee and go to work. 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. You pose and flex like a He-Man. Or like He-Man. You frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. Let's do that one. Very nice. Whoa. Oof. This is really good lighting. Like, I totally dig this. Two forks. Lookout tower. 8 miles. Jesus. 8 miles on foot? That just sounds rough. Clamber over that obstacle. 1982. During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Okay. Bucket gets kicked. Fuck, dog, Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she is stressed. You confront the attacker. You scare him away, you beat his goddamn face in. Fuck that. Your arm gets cut up, but you beat the guy to a pulp. You don't feel very tough. You cry your eyes out before the cops show up. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. 1984. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job. Associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Oh, that's fucked. Yeah, let's commute back and forth 2,000 miles. Way to be an asshole. Oh, that's fucked. I don't want to do any of these choices. This one's like... they're both terrible. I think this one's the less worse because that's just a fucked option. Like, what the fuck? You tell her that this means you two won't have a family. She says that's bullshit. She's totally right.
She asked if her taking the job means you won't come with her. You say yes. Again, bullshit. But she decides not to take it. 1985. Julia is asked to leave Boulder on a paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. She was found crying in a stairwell. You said that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine to try and forget about it. You should probably talk to someone about it. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they were worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. Holy shit. She is 41. You both decide to keep it a secret for now. Dude, fuck. Nice Coldman. Or Goldman, or whatever that is. This isn't Final Fantasy 15 where they can just have Coleman everywhere. Well, that's Dong right in the front there. Gotta blur that out for the YouTube. Bucket is getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. 1987. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes, she goes into a panic believing her dad's at the door. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. 1988. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else. Somewhere with 24-hour care. A home. It sits with you for a couple of months. You decide to move her into a full-time care facility. You're determined to take care of her by yourself. We're determined! As, you know, that might not be the best option, but sometimes people are just like that, you know? Now we're just going to walk along this path. Oh, gosh. Don't fall. What's up? How's it going? All right, later. It is impossibly hard. The worst is when you get mad at her, like when she tries to cook her own food. You can't do anything without her, and she can't do anything without you. When she goes to sleep, you stay up for a few hours, drinking on the deck, watching baseball in the summer, college basketball in the winter, drinking then too. You start going out after you put her to bed. The first time you do it, you worry about her getting up and walking around when you're gone. Oh, fuck. You go to the same bar at the Boring Inn of Pearl Street. It's nice there. Over time, you tell Sheila, the bartender, everything. It's a huge weight off. You're home and in bed by 1 a.m. a couple nights a week. You look forward to those nights. 1989. One night you were stopped at a DUI checkpoint. You blow a .10 and are taken to jail for the night. You consider trying to hide it, but you tell your sister-in-law, Susan. Julia's parents take the next plane from Australia. They can't believe the state your house is in. Then they tell you Julia is coming to live with them. You don't argue. You say you'll visit soon. A few weeks go by. Summer is coming and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. Whew. That's an emotional opening. Holy shit. Enter the lookout tower.